Hey, I'm Teacher Steven, and I'm here with Candy.
Hello, Teacher Steven.
Hello, Candy. For her ESL 3 oral test. So, first I'm going to ask you questions from the Domino book, okay?
Okay.
My first question is, what extra classes do you have after school?
I have English class after school.
Okay. And how often do you go to English class?
I go to English class 5 times a week.
5 times a week. Okay. What do you do in art class? Do you know what I mean?
I play a game.
Yeah, sometimes we play games. What else do we do in class?
Read the book.
Okay, you say we
We read in the book.
read in the book. And anything else?
Write it.
And we
And we write it.
okay, yeah, we write or we do writing. That works. Good job. What did we do last Friday in English class? You can say anything. Just use the simple past tense. That's what I'm looking for.
We played a game.
Okay, we played a game. Good. So she remembered to use the simple past because it was last Friday, and she was using the present simple to talk about what we usually do. Well done. All right, next, we're still going to use the present simple tense. Now, if you're an ant, what would your life be like? What would you do every day?
I take care of the queen's egg,
Good. What else?
and I find the food.
Mm-hmm. Anything else? That's pretty good. Okay. Maybe you could say like I make tunnels, and sometimes I fight with my friend ants. Okay, that's all right though. Now, as an ant, what do you eat?
I eat a caterpillar juice.
You eat caterpillar juice. Good. All right. As a girl, what do you eat to be healthy?
I eat vegetables.
You eat vegetables. What else?
Fruits.
Fruit. Okay. What do you eat seldom or never because you want to stay healthy, or because you just don't like that food?
I never eat chocolate.
You never eat chocolate? Okay. Well done. We also talked about jobs, and here's 3 students. That's from your Domino book too. I'm going to ask you, what does Boris want to be when he grows up?
He wants to be a scientist
Good. And can you tell me why?
because he loves science.
Perfect. How about Nina over here? What does she want to be and why?
She wants to be a pilot.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to see the world.
Good. And last, who is he?
Ivan.
Yeah, he's Ivan. What does he want to be and why?
He wants to be a soccer player because he loves soccer.
Good. All right, next I'm going to ask you, what do you want to be, Candy?
I want to be a teacher
Why?
because I like to teach children.
Okay. What kind of teacher do you want to be? Like music? Do you want to be a coach? Do you want to be an English teacher, a Chinese teacher?
Chinese.
Okay, why do you want to be a Chinese teacher? You said because you like children? And why don't you want to be like a PE teacher or a history teacher? Why do you want to be a Chinese teacher? You like Chinese?
Yes.
Okay. So you can say, I want to be.
I want to be a Chinese teacher because I like Chinese.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought you'd say. Thank you. Okay, we also talked about how often we do things. So we'd use like sometimes, always, and never. But we also learned like how many times a week, how many times a day we do some things. You remember?
Yes.
So how often do you eat?
I eat every day.
You eat every day. How many times a day?
3 times a day.
Good. So I eat 3 times a day. How often do you brush your teeth?
I brush my teeth 3 times a day.
Good. How often do you see a dentist?
I see the dentist twice a year.
Good. And do you watch movies?
Yes.
How often do you watch movies?
I watch movies 1 time a year.
Once a year. Really? That's all? You mean at the movie theater or even on TV?
Movie theater.
At the movie theater, I see. Okay. I want you to ask me a question like that. So I ask you, how often do you see the dentist? How often do you brush your teeth? Can you ask me a question like that?
How often do you play soccer?
I play soccer maybe 3 or 4 times a year with my friends. So, all right, good question. I'm going to ask Candy to read out of our reader here. She can demonstrate her excellent reading skill. So please read page 68 for me.
Ants do all kinds of things together. They pass pieces of food to one another. Sometimes they even carry each other around. Some jobs are too big for one ant. That's when the ants team up. A bunch of little ants working together can carry a big bag. It will make a fine meal for the colony.
All right. So, this story is all about why ants are special. Ants eat many different kinds of things. I'm going to show them a picture and ask you, what do leafcutter ants eat?
This cutter ants eat fungus.
Yeah, can you tell me about how they get the fungus? You know what I mean? Where does the fungus come from?
Pork and water.
Yeah, it grows on the leaves. So they cut the leaves, they chew it, and the fungus grows. They eat that. We also talked about farmer ants. What do farmer ants eat?
They eat caterpillars.
Oh, almost. Not quite. They farm them like cows, and then they drink.
Caterpillar juice.
Yeah, they drink the caterpillar juice or the aphid's juice. Good. We also talked a little bit about other ants. What do other ants eat?
They eat
Now you can say it.
caterpillar
Or?
and cockroach.
And cockroaches or beetles. Yeah, good. They do. Okay. My next question, where do carpenter ants usually live?
They live in log.
They live in logs, yeah. So what's a log? You're right, they live in a log. So what is a log? Just basic.
Is the oh
What's that?
oh
Yeah, it's wood. Okay. So a tree falls and they live in that tree, or the log. How is that different from other ants? You know what I mean? Where do other ants usually live? Carpenter ants are special because they live in the wood, but where do other ants usually live? Everywhere. Okay, that's true. Let me put it this way. when you see an anthill, what do you know about that area? Do you remember an anthill? I think there's a picture here. Right here. Here's a few anthills. Here's one in the sidewalk. Here's one out in the savannah or something in East Africa. So, when you see an anthill, what do you know about underground?
There are a lot of ants.
Yeah. So I was trying to say most ants live under the ground, but carpenter ants are special. Also, my last question about ants, which ants are the most interesting to you and why?
The carpenter ants
Are?
are interesting ants
Why is that?
because they live in logs.
Because they live in logs. Yeah, sure. So most ants live in the ground, and they live in logs. That makes them special. We also read about the Great Ball Game. It's a story about two kinds of animals, right? And what were the two teams called?
Animals
Uh-huh. And yeah, animals and the birds. So which animals were on the birds team? Like what made the bird team the bird team?
If the animal has wing is the bird.
Mm-hmm.
If the animal has teeth is in the animal team.
Yeah, good. But one animal had teeth and wings. He was the bat, right?
Yes.
Which team did he go on?
We go to the animals team.
Yeah, he went to the animals team. And why didn't he go to the birds team?
Because the bird don't want him.
Yeah, the birds didn't want him. Why not?
Because he is too small.
Yeah, good. He was too small. So, in the end, Bat wins the game for the animals team, right? How does he do that?
Because the bat can see in the night.
Mm-hmm. And? So the birds had the ball, right? And they were going to get the goal, and the bat came. Can you finish the story?
And the bat came, and the bat catch the ball,
Mm-hmm.
and the animal can swim.
Yeah, there you go. You scored the last goal. All right, good job, Candy. You answered all my questions. Do you want to say goodbye?
Okay.
Okay. Say goodbye to the camera, please.
Bye.
Thanks, Candy.